This weekend will be a critical one for college football. Conference championships are set to take place, and the results will impact who makes the four-team playoff for a chance at a national title. This is a look at the current top four standings. Ohio State and Alabama will likely make it. If Clemson and Washington win their respective games, they could round out the top four. CBS Sports anchor Nick Kostos joins me now from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to help break down all the big storylines to watch out for this weekend. And Nick, we were just talking about some of these big matchups for the weekend. You're in Florida, but you really think Alabama's got this one cut out?
Oh, I don't even think it's going to be close in the SEC championship game. And Jamie, thank you very much for having me. Conference championship weekend. What could be better? Well, if you're a Florida fan, what could be better would be an easier matchup than the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bama's a 24-point favorite in this game. I think Bama's going to roll. I think they win by 30-plus points. Florida can't manufacture enough offense in this game to keep it close. Bama's an absolute juggernaut. The locomotive is coming straight at the Gators in this one, and I don't think Florida can get off the tracks. Look for Bama to win and Bama to roll Tide roll easily. They will be the #1 seed in the college football playoff.
I don't know. You like an underdog every once in a while, don't you? Clemson and Washington, let's talk about them. How likely can they walk away with conference titles?
Well, I think it's extremely likely. I think the favorites are going to end up holding serve here. And you look at Clemson, they're a 10-point favorite in the ACC championship game against Virginia Tech. And Justin Fuente, the first-year coach for the Hokies, he's done a marvelous job. But here's the thing. Clemson's the better team. Clemson's got the better quarterback with the championship pedigree. And the Tigers know they need to win this game to secure that spot in the playoff for the second consecutive year. And I expect Deshaun Watson and company to get it done. And the Washington Huskies, they play Colorado tonight, Friday night, for the Pac-12 title. Washington's the better team. Washington's got Jake Browning at quarterback, his last chance to pad his stats for a potential run at the Heisman Trophy. Big game for running back Myles Gaskin. I think the Huskies beat Colorado, and I think they do it fairly easily to punch their ticket as well to the college football playoff.
I like the confidence you have in all of your picks. Your colleague, though, Jerry Palm, says there's a path for 3 Big Ten teams to make it in. Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan is what we're looking at. Could this be an unprecedented situation, having 3 teams from the same conference?
Unfortunately, I think that the answer to that question is yes. And I say unfortunately because 3 Big Ten teams would probably mean the most boring college football playoff in the history of college football playoffs. There haven't been that many. There could be 100 more, and this would be the most boring one. So, yes, if Clemson and Washington lose, then I think that opens up the door for Michigan to slide in. We know Ohio State's already a lock, and I think that you'd see either winner of the Big Ten championship game, either Penn State or Wisconsin, manage to make it in. I don't want to see it happen. I don't think it would happen, but I do think that Jerry is right. There is a path for it to happen. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
I have to tell you, we got Penn State and Ohio State fans back in the control room, so they're hoping for wins there for sure. I'm a Gopher fan. I'm just kind of enjoying watching from the sidelines this year.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
Like most years. The 4-team playoff began in 2014. I want to talk about that. People thought it would maybe allow for more teams to get into play. Has this year put more pressure for that to be considered in the future?
No, I don't think that this year in particular. I think you look back to the first year in 2014 when Ohio State made it in over both TCU and Baylor. I think that that was the real point of contention as it concerns the college football playoff. I think that with the way that things have shaken out this year, you're going to have some teams with legitimate gripes. Maybe it's Oklahoma, maybe it's USC. But for the most part, I think the 4 most deserving teams, based on the rankings and the way that the committee sets it up, will end up making it. Now, I'm an American, and as Americans, you know what we like? We like more. I want more teams in the college football playoff. And I think eventually, Jamie, that you're going to see 8 teams. Why? Because the ratings will be higher and because it's going to make more money for all parties involved. So while I think the 4-team playoff by and large has worked, not that many legitimate gripes, I do think that it will eventually expand to 8 because, of course, we all bow down to the almighty dollar.
Yeah, and all we need is just more football on TV. Nick Kostos in Fort Lauderdale. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.